Good afternoon, everybody. Flynn here. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. Getting waking up, getting moving this afternoon. Had a great day yesterday of just doing absolutely nothing. It was awesome. I watched a bunch of movies, some good, some meh, but it was an enjoyable day. I really needed that kind of downtime, recharge the batteries, get coming back at this, with fresh whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Getting ready to jump out and go ahead and blow out the trailer. It shouldn't be bad enough to actually need a washout, and since it was just produce, it should be fine to grab the next load. Well, got into the pickup here. Went and checked in. Turns out they ran out of empty trailers, so this is gonna have to be a live load. It was supposed to be a drop and hook, but I mean they just don't have any trailers. Now with this being a drop and hook, I didn't pre-cool the trailer coming in here, so I've got to run out and I've basically got to jump out and go ahead and fire it up and get it pre-cooled to 35 degrees so they can go ahead and load it. Now if I'd known this was a live load, I would have went ahead and taken care of pre-cooling the trailer before I ever got here. That way I was just good to go. But a lot of times when you get a dispatch here at Prime, on the dispatch it'll say, if it says spot, if there's like a big window of when you can show up and it says spot or there's a trailer number, that's an indication that it's a drop and hook, which is what I was pretty sure this place was. Last time I was here it was a drop and hook. So as soon as I jump out, fire it up, should be about, I don't know, it should take a half hour or so for it to get down to temperature, and I'll back into a door. She acted like they'd get to me real quick, get me loaded, and get me on my way. So everything's looking pretty good. It shouldn't be too bad of a run. I mean, it's only 570 miles from here. I'll probably drive until 5 or 6 in the morning and then go ahead and stop and then just wait until, I can go ahead and get in to my delivery. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and deadhead home, take my 34-hour break at the house. First way, 670-415. All right, thank you. I swung into this pilot here in Virginia. Needed to go ahead and scale this load, make sure everything was legal. This truck has it's a right-way system. You guys can't see it, and I can't flip this around because it's a phone the way it works. But basically, it's a load scale. It'll show me how much is on my drives. We've also got one on the trailers. Now, they've got to be calibrated. So you never know if the trailer you've grabbed has been calibrated or not. So if you run through a scale and you scale out your load, it's a good idea to just go back and calibrate the trailer. One, you may be holding on to that trailer. So to know that it's calibrated the right way on the trailer just makes it easier on you. Alright, well, I got here to the truck stop. I'm gonna go ahead and take my break. It's actually gonna be a pretty long break. Probably about 18 hours or so. It's about 6 in the morning, 6 at night. Yeah, it'll be about 18 hours, 18, 19 hour break again here. This run had way too much time on it. I mean, I went ahead and took it just because it was extra money on this week. Like I said, maybe I would have been better off to go ahead and deadhead home. I would have been home basically yesterday morning. I'd have been ready to go Tuesday. But this is what I decided. I'm going to go ahead and obviously run the run, get the little extra money. And like I mentioned earlier, just count that as part of next week's pay. This run I'm considering as money on next week because I'm not starting next week until Thursday. I'm probably going to find something to watch. I think I've got one more episode of NCIS, and then I'll have watched all 13 seasons that are on Netflix. I like to have what I call disposable shows. So like NCIS I didn't hate, but I didn't love. So I was able to watch 1 or 2 episodes and shut it off. You get into like Game of Thrones, Sons of Anarchy, the list kind of goes on of really good TV shows. The Daredevil on Netflix. I start to watch those, or the other one, Stranger Things. I watched that entire season basically in a night. So I like to have a series that I'm not super invested in, that I can watch just 1 or 2 and kind of shut down, just kind of a relaxed time and go to bed. Now, since I've been doing the vlogs and stuff, I don't watch near as much TV as what I used to out here. And I tend to feel better not watching TV all day long. You know, when I'm down for a long period of time, and to watch 6-7 hours of TV, it just feels like I'm wasting away out here. Now, yesterday I had a movie day because I had ran pretty hard for about 2 weeks. I really needed that just decompression, just check my brain out, just watch some movies, eat some junk food, relax. You've got to do stuff like that when you're out here from time to time. That way you don't get into this kind of loop in your head and start really focusing on the negativity or being away from home. It can be challenging. The more you can occupy your time and your mind on your downtime, I think the better off people do out here and the happier they tend to be. Because what's the point in making decent money if you're miserable all the time? All right, guys, I'll talk to you in a bit. Now I'm getting ready to take off this truck stop here, knock out the last leg of this trip. It's been a long break, way too much time on this run, but what can you do? I definitely think that doing the vlog this way is going to be a lot better. I just spent, a couple hours tweaking on the vlog up until this point, and I just didn't feel rushed. So I think I'm going to be able to be a little more creative and be able to produce a better quality vlog this way. At least that's my hope. Now, the only issue I'm running into is I'm at like 9 minutes now, and I've got what I'm talking now, which I'm already at 44 seconds, and then the rest of this trip. But it's only 200 and some miles, and I probably won't stop again. I mean, I'll start and I'll get to the 90, so I'll talk for a second about whatever happens at the 90, and then I'll be done with it. So, should be all right. Like I said, between 12 and 10 minutes it's about max for a YouTube video. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just, I do all this based on, what I like and dislike when I watch a YouTube video. That's why I'm so obsessive about the sound quality, because I'm just not a fan of YouTube videos with horrible sound. Well, I made it to the delivery on this screwy run I should have turned down. It was, let's see, I spent 36 hours at the truck stop waiting to get loaded. And then I spent 20 hours at the truck stop last night waiting to come in here. Then coming in here, I took some road in Indiana I'll never take again. What was that? US 150 west in Indiana, coming off of I-64. Oh, that road was a nightmare. It was super skinny. It was windy. I had no idea Indiana was that hilly in that section. It was like dark and foggy, and all the traffic was coming this way, so I had all the lights in my face. It was, oh, I'll never do it again. That road sucked bad. So all in all, wish I wouldn't have taken this run. I wish I would have just said, no, if you can't find me something that delivers, 100 and so miles from Dayton, Sunday or Monday, I'm just going to go ahead and deadhead home. Yes, I'm going to make some money doing it this way, but it was, 3 days. I got dispatched on this load Saturday. It's now Tuesday morning. Run didn't pay good enough to be sitting on it for this long. If I wouldn't have been kind of woke up and kind of, he basically, I don't think he meant to do it on purpose, but that weekend fleet manager guy, he sent me 2 messages wanting to know if I was okay with the pre-plan, and then he called me, and when he called me, he woke me up, and then I saw that I was pre-planned, so it kind of put me in like a panic mode, like maybe they had dispatched me on something that I needed to run and take care of, an hour or two ago, and now I was running really late. So my brain wasn't I wasn't fully thinking about what I was doing. I just kind of saw $700. I kind of saw that it was going to Indiana, and I just went ahead and accepted it and committed myself to it. So it was partly my fault. I should have probably just sent a message and been like, man, I just woke up. You're going to have to give me a half hour, 40 minutes to look this over and, get some coffee in me and, get thinking straight. But what can you do? It's still money. It'll end up being a really good week. So I'm not gonna let it get to me, but probably gonna title this vlog "Should Have Turned This Run Down," because I think it's been kind of the theme throughout. All right, well that's about it. I can't talk too much more, or I'm gonna end up pushing this vlog into 13-14 minute territory, and I just don't want them to go on that long. All right, you guys take care. I'm out.